Hello guys, this video is about writing project reports for DBMS examination, for practical examinations. And you can choose different subjects, different systems or different organization for your DBMS project. And here I have chosen an imaginary Janta multiple campus where we are going to see if it is a campus, then what are the entities you are going to choose and how you are going to write about this project. So before beginning it, let's see some of the guidelines given by TU for DBMS project. So first you have to write introduction, then background, and you have to then start writing about the project. And currently we are talking about this one, introduction. What is your topic about? So our topic is DBMS for Janta multiple campus. Okay, the answer to the first question is this part. This project is implementation of a database management system in Janta multiple campus, and this project is going to replace the traditional methods of storing data with a proper DBMS, and this is the first step in digitization of the campus data. So to do something, there should be some problem we are trying to solve. So if you are implementing this project, this DBMS project, then you should be able to answer why you are doing it, because there is a problem, right? So what is the problem? We have to state that problem here. The problem is currently it is using traditional, as you said. In traditional it uses pen and paper method and file management system, that is storing data in files, directly creating files and storing data in them. So these methods are problematic, as we know, and some issues if a college or any other organization is using this method, pen and paper and or file management system for storing data, then what are the issues that organization is going to face? So the first is duplication of data, because there are different departments, accounts, library and several other departments. The data of the students is being replicated everywhere, maybe in traditional pen and paper method by writing down in the notebooks or through computer files. And we know there are a lot of issues created if there is duplication of data. One of them is update issues. If something has to be updated, then it has to update it everywhere. If not done everywhere correctly, then it is going to create inconsistencies in the database. And lack of report generation. If you are using the traditional method, then reports of all the students, maybe it could be as simple as report card of an examination, or it could be progress report of a student, or salary report of employees, or billings of all the students, and many more. So those kinds of reports has to be generated manually, and there are chances of mistakes, and it is also very time consuming. So this is one of the issues. And there is no backup, there is no proper backup for pen and paper method. Even for file management system, there is no automated way of backing up the data on a regular basis, so there is always a risk of losing the data. And there are security and privacy issues. Obviously the files are being shared everywhere with all the employees, and if the data is exposed to everyone, then it is going to create security and privacy issues. So before I proceed, what I would like to tell you is this is done in this format and in this color, so that it is easier to understand in a video. Actually you have to write in a format something like this. You don't have to add big fonts and all the colors, you will have to write in something like this. And for this one, I'm going to share the link in the description. You can view the file. The coloring and all is just for understanding. Don't do this in your project report. So let us proceed. Another part is for what purpose the project can be used. That is, what are the uses of this project. So talking about the uses, obviously if you implement DBMS, there are general uses which are universally applied to all organizations, but in the context of this particular project, this particular organization that we are working on, what are the benefits or what are the uses of this project. So the first one is to maintain a database of departments, courses, teachers and other employees, all these entities of the organization, and you can enter data of the existing students as well as the students who are going to enroll in the future, and you can update the data on a regular basis. You can also do the report generation on a regular basis. It could be salary report, students admit card, or many different kind of reports that the particular organization needs. Then you can take automated backups of complete or partial database, and there is no risk of losing the data anymore. And besides these uses, this database management system that you created right now or you are going to create for this organization can be integrated with a MIS application or any other kind of information system that the organization is going to implement in the future. This data can be exported and imported in that application. So these are some of the uses. And now this is organization of your report. Since we are not writing the complete report in this video, I will come to this at last. Organization of your report, like table of contents and all those kind of things. And here we will write some background about the project, and in background they have asked which database management system you used and which books or paper you have referenced. So talking about the background, which database management system plus some other technologies, we'll look into the background here. So these are the technologies or these are the softwares that we have used to implement our DBMS project. First one is the DBMS called MySQL. Obviously the first one and the most crucial one is MySQL. Here you could have used any other SQL, any other database management software, but we have used MySQL here because of the following reasons. We have to kind of specify why you chose this. So for my reasons, these are my reasons for choosing MySQL. Your reasons could be different, or your reasons could be depending on the software, that the DBMS software that you are going to use. So my reasons are these: it supports the standard SQL, the SQL that we learned, and it is easy to use and easily available to download and install. You can go to Apache Friends and you can download the XAMPP package and install it quickly. It has clients like phpMyAdmin or MySQL Workbench. Because of these clients, it makes it very easier. These clients give user interface for writing SQL queries. So this makes the use of MySQL very easy. MySQL is portable to other systems, any hardware or any operating system. I wouldn't say any, but most of the operating systems support MySQL, and also it can run on almost any hardware. So this is portable, and there are no licensing fees. unlike other softwares where we could be doing piracy, or we could be paying for the software, or we could be using the trial version, especially for students, this one is very suitable because you don't have to pay anything when you download and install it. And the best part is it is open source software. That means the source code is available and it has a huge community. If you run into some problems, if you face some errors or any other issues while installing and running your queries, you can ask the community. The online community is always available and ready to support, because this is an open source software. The community is very large and they are always happy to help. So these are my reasons. So we are talking about the background and why I chose DBMS. Why I chose MySQL as a DBMS, and some other related technologies I would say is XAMPP. XAMPP is that package in which MySQL is available. It could be WAMP or LAMP, but XAMPP is more popular and widely used. It could also be MAMP if you are using Mac OS. If you are using Linux, it could be LAMP, and if you are using Windows, it could be WAMP or XAMPP. And the most important part is this AMP, Apache MySQL and PHP, for phpMyAdmin other than MySQL. So this is the package that we have used, and we have used phpMyAdmin as a client that helps us in managing and operating our database easily. This is the client. So these are some of the technologies or let's say some of the softwares that we have used, and we have taken references from the following books. These are the books. If you have taken references from some other books or papers, you can include them in this section. And here we start the core part of our project. Before starting this, I would like to tell you that I have seen some students writing huge paragraphs, number of pages about these technologies, the general information. So don't do that. You just write a few lines about the technologies that you used and your personal reason, how this technology fits in this organization or in this project. Write about those things. Do not write general things too much. Like I could have written here 2 or 3 paragraphs about MySQL, but that is not necessary. That just increases size of your project, number of pages, but it makes your core, the core of your project, invisible or less prominent. So always stick to very small introduction, 1 or 2 sentences about the technologies, about the concepts that we used here, and then write the things that are relevant to this project. Okay, so we'll get started with this. The main concept or the main model for database that we have used is entity relation model, entity relationship model, which is for schema of RDBMS, and this ER model is then mapped to the relational model into tables. So before creating tables in SQL, or before even thinking about what are the tables we have to create, what we do first is identifying the entities and then building ER model schema and ER diagram. So I'll go to the first part again. So after writing this much, we start the project, and these 2 things, these 2 points are what I am talking about right now. So we will start ER model, and I have given a very small introduction to ER model, just 2-3 lines. Don't write huge paragraphs again about ER model. It is used to describe the structure of the database, and it takes into account the following stuff. These are the core part of ER model, that is entities and entity sets, attributes of those entities, and relationships among those entities. And another crucial part is ER diagram. So I have written a small introduction to ER diagram here. It's a graphical representation of ER model, and it's like a blueprint of the database. Now we'll start with the requirements of our project. So this part here, as you can see, this one, and this one, this much is sufficient for writing the general things about ER model or ER diagram. And here we start what is relevant to our project. So the first part obviously is identifying the entities. So if it is a college, if it's a campus, then the core entities of these organizations are course, department, student, employee, and subject. Obviously there could be more, you can write depending on your project. So for this sample project, these are the entities that I am going to select, and in the next video we will figure out the attributes of these entities, and then we will convert, we'll create an ER diagram for these entities, and after that we will convert that ER diagram into relational model, and after that we will start writing the SQL queries. So I will hopefully upload other videos soon.